St. Peter can tell you about short people problems.
All right. Well, I do not have a Democrat as my campaign. Hey, everybody. Marcus C. Williams here. Thank you guys for coming out to my fundraiser. As you guys know, I'm running for 137 New York State Assembly, which covers the whole town of Gates and the majority of the city. So basically, if there's crime or there's overdoses and you see it on the news, it's probably in my district, and that's not a good thing. But boy, I'm smiling when I say it because I'm trying to keep from crying. And it's really sad and true. We know that there are a lot of issues facing our community and our state as a whole. But right now, they're not getting addressed by our state elected officials. People know what the issues are. People know that the overdoses are out of control. That's why they're trying to get all these Narcan boxes every 500 feet. Why do we need so many Narcan boxes if you actually address the issue with the dealing of the illegal substances that are putting people into bondage to opioids and other types of drugs?
That's right.
We have issues with the education system because of an overbearing state board of education, which gets its mandate from the state assembly, and they do a whole lot of nothing good for our children, for our babies that are going to be our future. We have to look towards educating the babies and the young adults that are going to go out into our community and then are supposed to be productive members of society. But right now, the school isn't giving them any basic level skills. We're graduating students in New York State schools, especially in the Rochester City School District, that are functionally illiterate. They're not able to read, write, or do basic math. Isn't that what they used to say? You got to do the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic, right? And they're not able to do that. We see so many issues with people saying, oh, I can't get a job here, oh, I can't do this job, or whatever the case is. But the fact of the matter is they can't do the jobs because they're not getting prepared for the jobs by our educational system. Now, why is that? Because our state is trying to lord over our localities and tell us what's best for our neighborhoods and our areas when they don't know because they don't come out and see. There's a wonderful quote by Will.i.am. It goes, every day in the ghetto is an emergency, but the people in power don't emerge and see.
Woo!
I said, well, if that's not the truth, I have an opponent who I'm running against right now. His name is Damon Leaks, and he is supposedly from my community, from the area that I live in. I live not too far from him, okay? I had a business not too far from here until the beginning of the year because the crime just was so insane and nobody wanted to address it to change the laws that were allowing criminals to run wild. So we had to close the business that I had here, just the location, you know? And this is something that we're seeing. And as I had a location over there, a couple years ago, I decided that I was going to do something to work to change the laws. So I decided to run for state assembly. And my opponent said, and I kept bringing up that my opponent is never in the community. He's never here. Whenever you see him, he's only here for photo ops, which is my biggest issue with any elected official. I need you in the community to explain to people what you're doing at your capacity. I don't need you here for photo ops. I don't need you here for Toys to Tots. If your job is legislation and laws, I need you here talking about the legislation and laws. If your job is the budget, I need you here to talk to me about the budget. What is in the budget? How is that budget helping my community? How is it helping our constituents? So I said, hey, this guy is not even in our community. You know what he does? He moves his office next door to my business that I've had for 12 years. Just to say, oh, I'm in the community now. But you weren't. And this is the thing. It's all for show. And we're seeing too much of this from our elected officials. They don't come out. They don't tell us what's going on. They don't inform you because they know if you were informed of what's being done, of what's going on, that you wouldn't be having it. If you guys knew that they were going to let all the criminals out of the jail, make it so that they wouldn't hold anybody in jail, would you guys say, hey, yeah, I'm all for that? No. Nobody wanted that. If you knew that they were going to strip you of parental rights and say, hey, any child above the age of 12 can do whatever they want without their parents' permission at school get any type of medical surgeries or different hormones and shots and stuff without your permission as a parent. Would you guys support that?
No.
But this is what my opponent has put into legislation. And the other things that he can change, he refuses to change, and he'll tell you to your face that they're not issues in the community. But I have had to deal with break-ins. I've had to deal with robberies. I've had to deal with my car being stolen. How many people know somebody whose car has been stolen?
Yep.
You know, and I laugh to keep from crying because I'm very adamantly upset about the whole situation, and I really don't want to put emotion into it like it really deserves. But the fact of the matter is, basic, simple issues that are facing us every day go unaddressed. The unseemly increase in cost of food and cost of living, the housing cost, this catastrophe. I don't even know what word you use because catastrophe isn't a strong enough word for what's going on with housing right now. Mortgages are out of control. People are losing their homes left and right because the value of the dollar doesn't go as far because the state has overregulated private businesses and financial institutions far too much. And then they'll tax you out of existence if you're a business. Don't have a small business because the taxes, they got 20 different taxes they'll hit you with. You know, and it's bad because small businesses are the backbone of our state. Small business employs 98% of the people in our state. So if we're disadvantaging small businesses and preventing them from being able to hire people, we're doing a disservice to every single person living in the community. And then we know that most small businesses offer great entry-level employment or startup employment for people just going out into the workforce. But we hear from people that are recent graduates, it's so hard to get a job. Well, it's hard to get a job because business regulations in New York State are overbearing, but they're not being addressed. It's hard to get a job because the education is not aligned with the needs of the economy that we receive. It's hard to buy a house for people that are trying to get a home for their first-time home buyers. It's difficult because housing prices are through the roof. And my area right here, I've lived in this district pretty much my whole life. The housing prices in the last, 7 years, not even maybe, have doubled. They've gone up over 100%. A house that was $60,000, $70,000 is now $160,000. It's absurd. It's getting difficult and it's terrible. It's getting difficult for you to even go to the store and get groceries. And if you can find the meat in the groceries that you want, right? Because we know how difficult that's becoming. Again, because of over-regulation on businesses and farms. Let's not talk about the farm regulations, okay? Because we'd be here all day on just that alone. Our government is making it difficult for you to eat. It's making it difficult for you to keep a job or to open a business. It's making it difficult for you to get a vehicle. It's making it difficult for you to keep a vehicle because insurance is skyrocketing because the crime is crazy everywhere. It's difficult right now for many people that I know. They've come to me crying in tears. They won't insure my vehicle anymore. They don't want to insure my house for full coverage anymore because of the crime, because of the violence, because of the issues that we're seeing every day. Well, why is our state assembly, the people that make the laws, why are they not addressing that? We've got crime running rampant. We've got overdoses running rampant. In my district, in my assembly district, we have the highest level of crime, violent crime and overdoses in the state outside of New York City. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And what's worse than that is my opponent will play in your face and say, it's not bad, everything is good. Let me give a couple of dollars to a few nonprofits that never really seem to hit the community, but it looks good that I'm giving out a big check on the television. But where is that assistance actually going? How do we have more homeless people now more than ever? I've never seen so many people homeless in my life, in this city, in this area. I've never seen so many prostitutes in my life in this area. I thought it was Las Vegas. I really did. I thought prostitution got legalized or something because there's so many prostitutes right now. And it's terrible because it's young ladies that look strung out. So again, with the drugs as an issue in our community. And why is it not getting addressed? because our elected officials don't care about us. We don't matter to them. But I'm running because you matter to me, because our state matters to me, because my district matters to me, because all of you matter to me. It's important that when we see issues that we call them out, especially in our community. And if nobody else is going to stand up and fight for us, I will stand up and fight for you. I will advocate for you because you matter to me and all of this matters to me. And it is terrifying to think about what will continue to happen if we don't start addressing some of these issues. The homeless population has skyrocketed, and I'm not trying to lean on that too hard, but I want to point that out because, as I said, the issues with home ownership and rentals right now is going crazy. As we see them start to get more active and start to reopen the housing courts, more and more people are getting kicked out of their homes and they can't afford to go anywhere. I know people that have sold their homes and they're not able to afford to buy another house because everything's so expensive. And this is a real reality that many people are living every day. People aren't able to make ends meet, but right now we're giving tons of money in the budget to illegal aliens. Right now, people are fighting for jobs against illegal aliens, and then they'll say, "Oh no, you're not competing with jobs with illegal aliens." I just saw a report in New York City where they're training them to do hospitality jobs.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's a basic everybody job anybody could pretty much do. And like I said, most of the kids that are getting out of school don't have any type of experience or any real extracurricular ability when they're not able to do basic things like read, write, and do basic math. So what jobs are they going to get? McDonald's? They're going to get a job at Aldi's? Where are they going to work when now they're competing with many people that don't even speak the language because they can be paid less because they don't speak the language, because they can be paid less because they don't really have to go through all of the stuff that we have to go through. And even if everything was legit and even across the field, that competition is completely unnecessary because we already know that before that, it was difficult to get a job for many entry-level workers that are trying to make a living for themselves as they continue to hike up what they're calling minimum wage. When we know that the minimum wage that they're putting against us is preposterous, because if they're putting up minimum wage and it's raising the prices of the goods that you have to spend on, how is that benefiting us? Who is that benefiting? It's a good look when it comes to campaigning. Yes, I'm going to raise the minimum wage, but it's a bad look when now you're getting paid $25 an hour and you go to McDonald's and try to get one meal and it's $18 for a Big Mac meal for one person. That's a sit-down restaurant that you could go to for that much, right? Okay, we're going to chill. You know, but and I laugh and I joke, but these are really serious things. These are serious issues that are facing us every single day. So in this campaign, I want to address these issues and more issues, including the problems that we're having with the prison system and the recidivism that we keep seeing, because they're not adequately preparing these people for life on the outside with the resources that they need. Again, back to jobs. If you can't get a job when you're coming out of prison or you're coming out of jail, what are you going to do? Same thing that you probably got in here for, or maybe even worse. This is a very serious issue that's not being addressed, but my plan for schools and my plan for prisons is very similar. It's almost funny how they kind of look exactly the same nowadays. You know, all the schools are all barred up. You got to go through the security. All the windows are plexiglass and all of this stuff. All the benches in the cafeteria, they all seem to look the same. Even the little trays. It's amazing. It's amazing, and it's because that's what they want to get you prepared for. They don't want to show you a better way forward so you can have a sense that, oh, maybe I can achieve something better than what my immediate surrounding is. But they don't want to give you that hope because they know that if they take that hope from you, that they can do whatever they want to. There's a saying, it goes, they can take anything that they want from you. And it's simple. If they fill you with terror. And that's what we've seen over the last couple of years, over the last almost a decade now. Everything is fear porn on the television. Be afraid of the virus. Be afraid of your neighbor. Be afraid of the dog up the street. You know, be afraid of it. Be afraid. Be afraid. Be afraid. The collapse is coming. Be afraid of everything. Just shack up in your house and see. These are the serious issues that we need to address. Basic, simple, everyday things that every single person sees and knows. So I won't continue on too much longer and tell you about the things that you already know, but I will tell you this. I encourage you guys, vote for me. And it doesn't matter whether you're Democrat, Independent, or whatever. In November, vote Republican, vote Marcus C. Williams for 137th New York State Assembly. And I could use your help and your support. So if you're watching online or if you're listening to this or just want to go tell your friend, tell them, hey, this is a great guy. Go check him out. Check out his website. Donate, volunteer, do whatever you can. Marcus, the number 4, Rochester.com. That's Marcus, the number 4, Rochester.com. I really appreciate all of you that have come out tonight. Thank you guys very much. Be blessed and be well. And remember, stand up, speak up, and don't shut up. Take action. Woo! Woo!